time, space, reality. They are not as fixed as you believe. Across the infinite branches of existence, there are moments. Tiny, fragile moments, where a single choice bends the future of an entire world. In a reality where Minato left his son after sealing the 9 tails into his son, he was left alone without any guidance. Till he started training under Kakashi after becoming the member of Team 7. What as Naruto got the proper guidance and he was trained by all past Hokage. Everything was same until a decision was going to change the course of this reality. Orochimaru decided to attack on the hidden leaf, but this time he managed to unseal the Minato from the Reaper Death Seal to attack on the Leaf Village. This is where the timeline started to change. Hello guys, this is the first part of What If Naruto was trained by all past Hokages. And you are watching Sage What Ifs. Everybody was training for the final round of the Chunin exams. Sasuke already got the curse mark from Orochimaru and he was training under Kakashi Hatake. Orochimaru applied a 5 elements seal. But when Jiraiya started training him, he undid the seal and Naruto started progressing, but it still was slow. On the other hand, Orochimaru undid the Reaper Death Seal and unsealed Minato Namikaze from the Reaper Death Seal. And he was ready to use the reanimation jutsu and reanimate all 3 Hokage. The final round of the Chunin exams started. Naruto won against Neji and all the matches went the same. And Sasuke fought against Gaara and ended up in the fight with half-transformed Gaara. And in the forest, Naruto with the help of Gamabunta fought against Shukaku the One-Tails the Sand Sprit. On the other hand, Orochimaru trapped Hiruzen inside the barrier and reanimated all 3 past Hokages there. But this time, instead of working on other things, Orochimaru worked on the reanimation jutsu and he underestimated all the past Hokages. He had the perfect control over the reanimation jutsu. But this him Hiruzen was not alone there. Jiraiya was there with Hiruzen. And he knew that Gamabunta was there in the Leaf Village and he didn't summon him, and that means that Naruto didn't summon. And he was able to sense One-Tail Shukaku too, and that means with Gamabunta Naruto was fighting against One-Tail, but there was another problem in front of them and it was Orochimaru. Jiraiya knew that Hiruzen will be able to handle Orochimaru, but before he can go to fight with Shukaku, the Sound 4 created a barrier there. And Orochimaru decided that he will kill both of them there and will destroy the Leaf Village. So he opened with reanimating all 3 past Hokage, and in them there were Tobirama Senju, Hashirama Senju and the Yellow Flash Minato Namikaze. Since they all 3 were nearly in their full power, they sensed that a tailed beast is out there into the hidden Leaf Village. This presence is sensei, it seems familiar, Minato asked. Yes, it is Minato, it is Naruto, Jiraiya said. And then Orochimaru started controlling them. You have made a mistake to summon as at nearly at our full strength. You cannot control me because I was the one to first come up with the jutsu. You cannot control over me to destroy the Leaf Village, Tobirama said to Orochimaru. After getting to know that the Leaf Village was getting destroyed by a tailed beast, and on top that they were there to destroy the Leaf Village. And the bad thing was nobody was there as strong as they were to stop that destruction. Minato was so desperate to know that his son was fighting a tailed beast on his own with the help of a summoning animal. Hashirama and Tobirama too was angry to know that a 12-year-old boy was trying to protect the village. And they knew that a 12-year-old boy can even die in front of a tailed beast. They all 3 tried to break free but the reanimation jutsu, but they were not able to do it. We would have to find out something, Tobirama said to them. Yes, you are right, Tobirama, Hashirama said. Minato entered the 9 Tails chakra cloak and started to trying to force himself so that he can break free from the reanimation jutsu. But he still was able to control them. Hashirama was even able to act freely a bit, but still he too had to obey the commands from Orochimaru because of the reanimation jutsu. If you want that we don't destroy the village, then attack only on him so that he can lose control over us, Tobirama said to Jiraiya and Hiruzen. Go Jiraiya, you handle him, till then I will be stopping there here from destroying, Hiruzen said. You are right, I am just going to kill you first and then I will destroy the hidden leaf, Orochimaru said to Hiruzen and Jiraiya. If we will not be able to get them in control, then it will be the last of the hidden leaf village. Since Nine Tails was not in reanimation control, it was absorbing chakra from Minato so that he cannot destroy the hidden leaf, and he was doing so because Minato mentally commanded him to do that. They all three attacked on Jiraiya and Hiruzen. They attacked on them so fast and started fighting against Jiraiya and Hiruzen. And then Orochimaru made Hashirama enter the Sage Mode. But with the Sage Mode, Hashirama gained a little more control over his body. He was not trying to break control, but he was trying to get his control back on his body. And he was waiting for the right moment. We have to stop him and try to be in the village because the village is not in good condition, Tobirama said. You are right, Tobirama, Hashirama said. But how can he stay in even after he released the jutsu, Minato asked. And then Tobirama told Minato and Hashirama the way to override the reanimation jutsu. Very well, then I will leave from here so that he cannot focus on me and you can handle here, Minato said to them and vanished from there. Damn that Minato, he is thinking that he can leave from here like this and I will not be able to control him. Jiraiya, go, Orochimaru, rest, I will stop them, Hiruzen said to Jiraiya. I need to enter the Sage Mode, sensei, just buy me some time, we will not be able to win against him this soon. Hiruzen started protecting Jiraiya while Jiraiya absorbing the nature energy. Hashirama and Tobirama unwantedly beating Hiruzen badly. Minato on the other hand was out of the village. And since Orochimaru was focusing on controlling Hashirama Senju and Tobirama Senju, he could not focus on Minato because Minato was away from there and Tobirama and Hashirama both were resisting Orochimaru. They were able to resist him. Hashirama Senju was able to resist more because of his strong willpower and the Sage Jutsu power. But still Hiruzen got injured by them. In few moments Jiraiya entered the Sage Mode. Sorry sensei, but I will have to do it. It's for the village, I cannot save you, Jiraiya said and attacked on Orochimaru. Orochimaru tried to control Hashirama and Tobirama to attack on Jiraiya. Since Tobirama was fighting against Hiruzen and Hashirama resisted, Orochimaru got hit by Jiraiya. And now Jiraiya was attacking on Orochimaru continuously, so he lost his control over Senju brothers. And now they were not attacking on Hiruzen, so Hiruzen too attacked on Orochimaru. Jiraiya and Hiruzen was not giving any chance to Orochimaru so that he can control Senju brothers. On the other hand, Minato reached in front of Shukaku One Tails. He saw Naruto was injured and in a bad condition. Naruto appeared on top of Gamabunta. Minato, is that you? But how? Gamabunta asked. There is no time to tell you about it, Minato said. Wake up that kid and then the jutsu will finish and One Tails will go back inside him, Gamabunta said. Your face is just like that stone face guy, and he said your name is Minato. Are you the fourth Hokage? Naruto asked. Yes, I am Naruto, just wait for me here, I will be back in a while, Minato. How does he know my name and he is so cool? Naruto said. Naruto was smiling. I have enough of yours, so I would like to go back, Minato said to Shukaku. Shukaku attacked on Minato with the wind bullets. Brace for the attack, Bunta, Minato said and threw a kunai towards Shukaku and Gaara. In the moment that kunai reached towards Gaara, Minato teleported there. And after appearing there, Minato said Rasengan and hits Gaara with that one Rasengan and woke him up. And then vanished from there. And the reappeared in front of Naruto. Are you okay, Naruto? Minato asked Naruto and rubbed Naruto's hairs. Yes, I am okay, Naruto said. He was so overwhelmed to get this much affection. How do you know my name, Lord Fourth Hokage? Naruto asked. Because I named you Naruto, Minato said and smiled. But why in the world Fourth Hokage would name me? Naruto sadly said. Because you are my son, Minato said. Did you just say that I am your son? Naruto asked. Yes, Minato said. Naruto hugged Minato so tightly. Why did you leave me alone, Dad, and why did you seal a demon inside me? The being inside you is not a demon, he is a being like us. If you will try to understand him, you will get to know that he is not a bad being, Minato said. And I did that because I knew that someday you will be able to befriend him. Sorry that I had to leave you, Minato said to Naruto. Minato was emotional and Naruto was crying, he was so overwhelmed. I can sense that Orochimaru lost his control over us, Minato said. Is that Orochimaru in the village, Dad? Naruto asked. And then Minato explained everything to Naruto in very simple language. And told him that he was not alive. I have to leave for now, but you will not be alone anymore. I will try my best to be with you even for a little while, Minato said to Naruto. And then Minato teleported back to the barrier. So what's happening here, Lord Second? Minato asked. It's time to release the jutsu, Lord Fourth, Tobirama said to Minato. And then Tobirama used his sealing jutsu knowledge to override the contract, and then all three of them were free from Orochimaru's control. Orochimaru saw that and he sent a snake from inside the ground and transferred a part of his soul into the jutsu. And then Minato and Tobirama together sealed Orochimaru. What now, Sensei? Hiruzen asked Tobirama and Hashirama. Naruto rushed towards the arena. Hashirama broke the barrier just like that, and then Tobirama and Minato killed all Sound 4 so fast by using the flying Rijin technique. I would have to admit, Lord Fourth, that you are better at teleporting, even better than I, Tobirama said. It's time, I guess we would have to leave, Hashirama said. No, Lord First, I cannot leave. I don't think that my son is in good condition, and beside he need help, Minato said. But Fourth, we do not belong to this world, Hashirama said. With due respect, sir, but I am not breaking any nature's law. It was already broken by Orochimaru, not me, Minato said, and then he vanished from there. We need to know where are shinobis of the leaf, Tobirama said. And then Hiruzen took them with himself, and Jiraiya left after Minato. Hiruzen told Tobirama everything. With Naruto, Minato went to his apartment and saw that he was eating only a kind of food and even the expired milk. So Minato asked Naruto about it, and then Naruto told him that he doesn't have any other choice because the villagers do not like and call him a demon. Minato was even angrier now, but he understands that the people fear the being which is stronger than them and fear the beings they are not able to understand. I left you in care of Lord Third, but you are still getting this kind of life, Minato said, and then put his fingers on the ground to sense Hiruzen. And after sensing Hiruzen, Minato rushed towards there. We need to talk, Lord Third, Minato said after appearing there all of a sudden. I can see that you are angry, Fourth, Tobirama said. I left my son to him. I sacrificed both my wife and myself just for the village, and in return I only wanted my son to get a good life. Was that too much to ask, Minato said. He is getting take care of, Minato, Hiruzen said. My son is getting only a kind of food, and that is instant ramen, and even he has to drink the expired milk. This is what you say getting care of, Minato said. Is that right, Saru? Tobirama said. You would have to understand, Minato, I had another works to do, and your son has become a headache for the villagers, but as I promised, he was getting all the things he needed to live a normal life, Hiruzen said. So do you expect a kid to act mature while you yourself weren't able to do, Minato? You too were a kid and you too were an orphan just like he was, Hiruzen said. Do not try to back up your mistakes, Saru. If this is what happened, then you are wrong, Hashirama said. We can understand the condition of the village when the kids like Naruto is trying to protect the village from a tailed beast, Tobirama said to Hiruzen. Indeed, you were right to say that we cannot leave the village in this condition or else it will be destroyed, Hashirama said. But we cannot be here forever, Hashirama said. Yes, so we would have to ready the shinobis strong enough to protect the village in this kind of situations, Tobirama said. I don't know about you two, but I am not going to leave my son in these kind of situation, Minato said. And then he teleported away from there. It's not good to say, but you failed as a Hokage, so I guess my decision was not fully right, Tobirama said. Hiruzen was so embarrassed right now. Minato went back to Naruto and then got to know that he only had few money, but he could not buy anything. Don't worry, I will make all the things right, Minato said to Naruto. From tomorrow I will start your training. Jiraiya reached towards Minato and Naruto. Minato was not happy with Jiraiya either, but he did not leave Naruto to him. I didn't expect this from you, Sensei, Minato said. And then Jiraiya explained to Minato that why he was not able to make up there. Minato told him that Naruto was getting worst treatment ever. Jiraiya left money for Minato there. Minato bought Naruto everything and revealed the truth that Naruto was his son. And now the whole village know that Naruto is the son of fourth Hokage, the yellow flash of the leaf. People started respecting Naruto because of Minato. They got to know that Naruto was a sacrifice, not a demon. The first thing Minato did that he talked to Kurama and convinced him to help Naruto. And because of Minato, Naruto been able to befriend Kurama. And then Minato started training the chakra control the first thing to Naruto. Hashirama and Tobirama noticed that Naruto didn't care for himself before going in front of the tailed beast just to protect the village. Even he was not so strong, but he confronted the tailed beast to protect his friends in the village, so one thing was clear, that they can trust him. The Sand Village sent an apology to the Hidden Leaf because of attacking on the Leaf Village. And Akatsuki stopped making the moves. Minato got to know that Danzo was the person who revealed Naruto's Jinchuriki status, and this was the main reason people started fearing of him and started calling him a demon. And with Hashirama and Tobirama, Minato got to know that Danzo was the person behind Uchiha massacre. So Tobirama decided to talk to Danzo Shimura, but Minato had another thing in his mind to do with Danzo. Minato wanted to kill Danzo Shimura. They all went together to talk to Danzo. And there Tobirama sensed that Danzo had Hashirama cells. There is a seal applied on his right eye, even his eye is destroyed, even then he will not need to apply a seal, Minato said. You are right, fourth. Open it up, Danzo, Tobirama said to Danzo. No sensei, I cannot do it, my eye already destroyed, and the seal is to protect my eye from the venom spreading into my body because of destroyed eye, Danzo said. I don't think you should have any problem if it is the truth, Minato said to Danzo. He was trapped in a situation where he had no choice but to use the Kotomatsukami on those hokages. He was ready for it. Be alert, Minato, I can sense the negative emotions from him, Kurama said to Minato. And now Minato was ready for anything. He was looking towards him but not in the eye because he was in doubt that he could have the Sharingan, so he was looking at his face, not in the eyes. And then Danzo released the seal on his eye before even opening the eye so that he can cast the genjutsu. But Tobirama and Hashirama saw through that and react on it already. But when Danzo opened his eye and then target Hashirama Senju in front of his eye so that he can protect him. But after that use that Hashirama Senju disappeared all of a sudden. And then Danzo got to know that it was Minato and those were his clones. Minato was still protected and Minato attacked on Danzo. And in just a minute Minato marked him there. In the next moment he hits Danzo with a Rasengan. How did you do that, Danzo asked Minato. And after hitting Danzo with the Rasengan, Minato sealed his chakra and then called for an Anbu and told him to summon all the 3 hokages. And when all the past Hokage came there, they got to know that Danzo had a Manchikyu Sharingan and other 10 Sharingans. And now Tobirama was even more fierce of Hiruzen Sarutobi that he let Danzo be there and do this all kind of things. He was not angry on killing the Uchihas but by taking the Sharingans from them. Minato took out all the Sharingans from Danzo's body and then killed him. Even Tobirama and Hashirama didn't say anything to Minato on this. Because they know that it had become necessary to kill him now. And then from the next day Tobirama decided that he will train students in the Leaf Village. But they didn't know that Sasuke seen that and got to know that Danzo was behind Uchiha massacre and Hiruzen Sarutobi was not able to stop him. And Itachi did that to protect the Hidden Leaf, so Sasuke started hating the Hidden Leaf and now he wanted to destroy the Hidden Leaf. But he got respect for Minato because Minato killed Danzo because of doing all that. All 3 Hokages were training the kids in the Leaf Village. And even Sasuke was getting training under Tobirama. But his way of training was a little slower just because he was training for the character instead of making them so powerful. But after few days when Sasuke got the letter of Orochimaru, so he left the village to go to Orochimaru to get more power and after becoming strong to destroy the village. Naruto got to know by Sakura when Sasuke was leaving the village. Naruto went behind Sasuke and tried to stop him. And they fought and the result was same because it hadn't been so much time Naruto training under Minato. But he was a little more calm now and his 2 tails chakra was in control. So he gave Sasuke the tough competition, but in the end Sasuke went directly for the heart with his Chidori. And he really hit his heart and Naruto fell on the ground too. And at the moment because of killing Naruto, Sasuke awakened the Manchikyu Sharingan. Kurama healed Naruto's heart so that he can live. But Kurama had to use so much chakra for that. Later he used the Amaterasu on Naruto and left from there. He was thinking that Naruto will fully burn out, so he left, but Kurama tanked that Amaterasu and separated the chakra got hit by Amaterasu. And after that Naruto fainted on the ground. Later Minato got to know that Naruto went after Sasuke, who left the village. Minato teleported towards Naruto and saw that he was on the ground fainted and there was a mark in his shirt. It was to kill Naruto, but he somehow healed because of the 9 tails chakra inside him. Sasuke did that for the power only. He knew that his Sharingan evolved. Minato got to know all of this. At first Minato was angry, but he took Naruto back to the village, and then all the villagers got to know that Sasuke left the village and he tried to kill Naruto before leaving the village. The one with the ambitions like Madara, and to stop him we will need to train Naruto to be stronger than him to protect the village, Hashirama said. We will be here for 2 or 3 years. After that we would have to leave, but before that we will have to train him and make him so strong, Tobirama said to them. Till then Naruto will be 15 and will be able to live all by himself, and since he has a strong chakra he will be able to become strong enough to protect himself and even the village, Minato said. Minato understood that Naruto will not be able to learn the flying, so the first thing he taught Naruto the Rasengan. Tobirama started training Naruto the chakra control. By being with Naruto, Hashirama felt that he had a connection with Naruto, but he was not able to understand what kind of connection this was. Hashirama was training Naruto the taijutsu and the chakra control so that he can train Naruto the wood style and sage mode. Because only with them Naruto will be able to become strong enough to fight against the Susanoo of Uchiha clan. Kurama told Minato that Sasuke wanted to destroy the hidden leaf, and before that he wanted to become strong and wanted to take the Manchikyu Sharingan from Itachi Uchiha and get the eternal Manchikyu Sharingan. Sasuke told that to Naruto before leaving. There was only a shinobi with eternal Manchikyu Sharingan, and that was Madara. So they had to train Naruto to fight against Madara level shinobi. Hashirama was thinking about to fight Sasuke himself before leaving so that the village is safe. But the will be training Naruto seriously. With Minato level genius Naruto started getting calm and learning things fast. Hashirama went himself to bring back Tsunade to the village. In a month Naruto perfected the Rasengan, and because of Tobirama his chakra control was near perfect now. Minato gave Naruto a seal with which Kurama's chakra would merge with Naruto over time. Every time he will use his chakra, and this is how Naruto's chakra will become stronger and even bigger. Naruto daily used to train with 9 tails chakra, so his chakra was getting stronger. Because of Hashirama and Tobirama, Hiruzen too decided that he will train Naruto, but since he was busy in Hokage work he was not too much present there to train Naruto. Tobirama told Naruto to use the shadow clone technique because he hasn't so much time to train him. In 1 month Naruto learned the water style under Tobirama. Another month Naruto was perfecting the water style with Tobirama, and with Minato he was learning the wind style, and with Hashirama he was learning the earth style so that he can merge earth and water to create the wood style. Kurama used to provide chakra to Naruto to train with 2 clones with 1 tails chakra. With 9 tails chakra Naruto had nearly infinite amount of chakra to train. In just 6 months Naruto mastered all 3 chakra natures. And then Hashirama told Tsunade to teach Naruto the medical ninjutsu too. Because of Hashirama Tsunade took the seat of Hokage, and Hiruzen started training Naruto all 5 chakra natures. In 1 year Naruto's chakra was already reached at a kage level or even bigger. How his chakra getting bigger this fast? Tobirama was confused at first, and then he found out that the 9 tails chakra was merging with Naruto's chakra and making Naruto's chakra bigger and stronger. Under Minato Naruto was becoming fast, and under Tobirama Naruto was perfecting chakra control and the elemental jutsu, and under Hashirama Naruto was training for the endurance and the stamina. Under Tsunade Naruto was training the medical ninjutsu. In 2 years Naruto become so strong his chakra reached at weak-tailed beast level and his chakra control was perfect. He got medical ninjutsu knowledge. Under Minato and Tobirama an idiot become calm and calculative. He started thinking. With the 3rd year starting Hashirama started training Naruto the basic of sage mode because he already knew about the wood release. Under Hashirama and Minato's guidance Naruto was learning the sage mode fast. In only 1 month Naruto learned to absorb the nature energy and learned to control it. In 3 months Naruto perfected the sage mode, but it was non-passive. In 1 full year Naruto learned the perfect passive sage mode. Under Minato he learned to control the full Nine Tails chakra mode until now his own chakra reserve become Nine Tails level, and it stopped then because now Naruto and the Nine Tails had the same amount of chakra. Do you really think I will be able to win against him, Dad? Naruto asked Minato. If you add the Nine Tails chakra, Naruto, you have got almost as much chakra as I do, so you don't need to worry, you will win against him. With medical ninjutsu knowledge from Tsunade and the wood release from Hashirama Senju, Naruto's regeneration was as strong as Hashirama. And now Minato knew that Naruto's chakra will grow as fast as a normal shinobi and he will be able to control the whole Nine Tails chakra. So he decided that before leaving he will transfer the other half of Kurama inside Naruto. After 3 years now, with all the hard training, Naruto became so much strong that Tobirama stated that Naruto will become Hashirama level strong in future. And Minato too had expected that, he even planned to make Naruto even stronger after transferring the other half to Naruto. Naruto's chakra will become the full Nine Tails level in 1 or 2 years, and combining with the Nine Tails chakra and the perfect sage mode, Naruto will have even more chakra than Hashirama, and he will become nearly as strong as Hashirama or even stronger than Hashirama in just 2 years. And in future Naruto will surpass him. On the other hand, Akatsuki silently started making moves to capture the tailed beasts, and they were silent because of the Edo Hokages. They had the information in some time all the Hokages will leave, so they were silent and were waiting for them to leave. But when Jiraiya gave that information to the Leaf Village, Hashirama told all Tobirama, Minato and Naruto to get ready for the mission. Hashirama taught the sage mode to Yamato too because he got the Hashirama cells, so he was able to learn the sage mode with Naruto. Minato trained Kakashi inside him for those 3 years. And all the 11 learned under those Hokages. But on the mission only 6 of them will be going, and those will be Kakashi, Hatake, Yamato, Naruto and the past 3 Hokages: Hashirama Senju, Tobirama Senju and Minato Namikaze. In those 3 years they improved their flying Rijin. They all 6 left on a mission to finish the Akatsuki and deal with Sasuke Uchiha. On the other hand, Sasuke got the Snake Sage mode from Orochimaru, and he has got a big chakra reserves because of getting the Hashirama cells. After training for 3 years under Orochimaru, Sasuke killed Orochimaru so fast and left from there to look for Itachi. With a big chakra reserve he went in front of Itachi Uchiha and fought against him. In the end Itachi somehow managed to bring Orochimaru out of Sasuke and sealed him. Sasuke noticed that and he somehow managed to make him unconscious and then took his eyes and left from there, left Itachi without the Sharingan. Obito came there to take Sasuke with him, but he knew that Itachi was alive, so he took Itachi away from there and gave him the another pair of Sharingan. After getting to know that Sasuke took his Sharingan to get the eternal Manchikyu Sharingan, Itachi was a little happy, but then he got to know that Sasuke will be using that power to destroy the Hidden Leaf Village, so he was now worried that Sasuke was now against the village, so he wanted to talk to Sasuke Uchiha, his younger brother, and he decided that he will tell Sasuke everything. But he didn't know that Sasuke already knows everything about Uchiha massacre. And now Itachi was thinking about to meet Sasuke again so that he can tell Sasuke about the Uchiha massacre and the truth about the Uchiha clan. On the other hand, Team Hashirama confronted Deidara and Sasori. "Let's see how will you handle this serious fight," Hashirama said to Naruto. "So is that a test for me?" Naruto asked Hashirama. "Yes, consider it a test for you," Hashirama said to Naruto. Naruto went in front of Sasori and Deidara. "I have heard that Sasuke confronted Itachi, so tell what happened there," Naruto said. "Who the hell are you?" Deidara asked Naruto. "I am Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the son of Yellow Flash," Naruto said. "So you are the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. So I guess we will get the Nine Tails today," Deidara said. "In your dreams," Naruto said to Deidara. Sasori attacked on Naruto. "Wood-style deep forest emergence," Naruto said, and attacked on Sasori. With that one attack, Naruto's destroyed Sasori's puppet, and now Deidara was left. "What the hell is that? How does he know the wood release?" Deidara was thinking in his mind. He attached on Naruto with his clay bombs. Naruto dodged that attack. Deidara was on his bird. Naruto charged a Rasen Shuriken in his hand. What kind of jutsu it is? Deidara was thinking in his mind. Naruto threw that Rasenshuriken towards him and destroyed Deidara's clay bird. And then created a wood dragon and caught Deidara with his wood dragon. So would you tell me about it now? Naruto asked Deidara. How can you this strong? Deidara asked Naruto. And then from another side Sasori attacked on Naruto, but Naruto dodged that attack, but Deidara got hit by that tail, the venomous tail. After dodging the attack, Naruto charged a Rasenshuriken. Naruto sensed that all that chakra Sasori was using was coming out of his heart. Naruto attacked on that heart, and with one Rasenshuriken Naruto destroyed Sasori fully. And because of the dragon, Deidara too was dying now. You will never got to know where Itachi is, Deidara said to Naruto. Do you think I will not be able to find him? Naruto said to Deidara, and the unsealed a sword and the cut down his head and then left away from there. So do I pass the test? Naruto asked them. Yes, you passed the test, Tobirama said to Naruto. Now let's go look for the another one, Tobirama said to Naruto. And then they started looking for the another pair of Akatsuki. And they got the information about the another pair of Hidan and Kakuzu. So they headed their way to confront them. This was for the video. We'll meet you in the next video. If you like the video, then please like the video and comment down your favorite part. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You are watching Sage What Ifs. Stay tuned.